Hey, Shalom, Shalom, all praises, honor, glory go to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace and blessings to you, fellow brothers. Pushing out this word in true sincerity. All right, it's your brother Kanak. So here I have a video. This is from Coin 6 News. Oregon CVID cases, December 13, 2020. Now, the importance of this video is just to highlight some of the deceptive tactics Esau Edom is using to deceive the world and to coerce the world into receiving this Maxcine and eventually the chip. So the title of the video actually is going to be Coercion and Deception to receive the Maxcine, then eventually the chip, something around those lines, okay? And what I have is a couple of definitions of the word coercion, to coerce, and then also to deceive. And these two words, I was, kind of just came to me, and I just looked at that word coerce because, well, I have actually, it's inspired actually by this article here, which is going around, okay, from the Daily Beast. Here's how we handle people who refuse to get the CVID Maxcine. Okay, and they're going to use certain tactics, okay, which we're going to go into, okay, to basically deceive you and to coerce you into receiving this Maxcine. Eventually, these same tactics, okay, which will turn violent, these same tactics will be used, okay, for the mark of the beast, the RFID microchip. They're going to use the same tactics, okay. We see where this is going. Okay, so let's play this video real quick. Okay, let's just play this video real quick. And this video, I mean, there's really no significance to the video as far as it's some special video. There's news pieces on, these cases going up, in pretty much every city in the United States. I just happen to have this one here. And, well, let's just hear what these those in the know, brothers in the know. Okay, was that 2 Corinthians 2:11? Okay, we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. At least Satan should get a advantage over us, right? We're not ignorant of his devices. We see these certain keywords that they're using: trust science, efficacy, 95% efficacy rate. Okay, life-saving, life-changing. These things are casting spells upon the simple, right? But they're not able to deceive the very elect. That's impossible. Okay, let's play this.
Oregon reported 1,048 new cases today. While still dangerously high, that is actually the lowest single-day total in over 2 weeks. Multnomah County posting the highest new case count with 173. Marion County had 150. 6 new deaths were also reported today, spread out again among 5 different counties in the state. It brings the death toll in Oregon from the COVID-19 virus to 1,155 people, with nearly 94,000 confirmed cases.
See this right here? Okay, these numbers, these numbers are getting people scared. There's so many deaths, there's so many cases,
Washington state, over 202,000 cases have been confirmed, with nearly 3,000 deaths. Nationally, the United States has seen over 16.2 million cases of the virus. Close to 300,000 Americans have now died from the COVID-19 virus.
Okay. There was actually another video I wanted to play, but that's fine. But as we've seen here, they're giving you these numbers of cases. People are dying. Now there was another video I wanted to play, but that's okay. That's fine. Let's go into this word coerce. Okay, let's go into this word coerce, and as it will kind of bounce from definition to definition as we go into this article here. Okay, so I put in coerce in just the search box, and it means to pressure. Okay, and when we go into this article, it's all going to kind of tie in. It's all going to make sense. Okay, it means to pressure, intimidate, or force someone into doing something. Now that force it can be either physical or by certain measures, certain laws that you put in place to where you force people's hands. And we're going to go into this article of how they're going to tackle people that don't want to take the Maxcine. Okay, to bring about or gain by pressure, threat, or force. Okay, to restrain or constrain by force, as by force of the law or authority. Okay, they're basically making these things laws. Okay, and they're being implemented by the authorities. Okay, they're writing them down, these different measures, especially compelled to compliance. See, they're going to compel you, okay, to compliance. Okay, meaning they're going, well, we're going to go into it. It's all going to make sense. Constrained to obedience, okay, or submission in a vigorous or forcible manner. Now, that doesn't mean they can just come up and grab, they're going to come up and grab you and say, take it, but they're going to do this by their policies. Okay, that basically you are not going to be able to do anything. Okay, you're not going to be able to do anything in society unless you you're in compliance. Okay, you submit, you're in obedience to the law, to the government. Okay, which the word government when you break it down means uh, to govern your mind, or to force. What's the word? Govern means to control. I'm sorry, to control your mind. Let's go right here to the right in Wikipedia definition. It says coercion is a practice of forcing another party to act in an involuntary manner by use of threats or force. See? It involves a set of various types of forcible actions that violate the free will of an individual to induce a desired response. For example, a bully demanding lunch money from a student, or the student gets beaten. And this is what the government is going to do, okay, to you people. Okay, so you take the CVID Maxcine. They've already done it with the mask. Okay, in order to go into a store, the majority part of the United States, you have to wear a mask or you'll get thrown out. Okay, the security guard or even the police will come and they'll carry you out. Okay, they'll carry you out, maybe find you. All right, or they won't serve you. There's many videos out there. Now let's read this. Okay, the dailybeast.com. I'm not sure, brother. Yeah, the brother, elder brother in the camp sent this on a thread. I seen that Apostle Rhymelot did a video earlier. I checked out maybe half of it, and while I was reading this, actually I read the whole thing. We might go through a large portion of it. We'll see. I was like, man, I got to do a video on this. So the dailybeast.com. Here's how we handle people who refuse to get the CVID Maxcine. The government can't force people to get vaccinated, but businesses can. See, this is part of their tactic. Businesses can bar people who are not. We just need a simple, reliable way to determine who had their shots. See, this is coming. Okay, and eventually it's going to get digital. Okay, everything is going to be digital. It's going to be placed. These things are going to be placed inside of you. Give me one moment. Let's just kind of go through a little bit of this article. I still have some more definitions and the etymon of the word coerce, and also deception. In this video that I had, I really wanted to play another video, but it's okay. It was going in more into deception. I'm not, let me see something. Okay, this is it right here. This is it right here. Okay. Okay, this is going also into the deception. So they're going to use deceptive and coercive tactics. Okay. We got this dude over here doing who knows what. Let's play this. This is the video that I wanted to play. All right.
We're all looking for some uplifting news during these tough times, and this is uplifting news. And there is some good news in the fight against COVID-19. Washington State may start COVID-19 vaccinations as early as Tuesday. Welcome to Coin 6 News at 5 o'clock. I'm Wayne Haverly. Governor Jay Inslee made that announcement today, saying the first round of vaccines are scheduled to start arriving tomorrow. Coin 6's Jennifer Dowling has the latest on exactly how they will be distributed. What do we don't know tonight, Jennifer?
By the way, she's in the middle of a park with a mask on. Okay? This is all social conditioning. This is all deceptive tactics, mind control. Okay, placing these things into your subconscious. Okay, you got the all-seeing eye, you got the number 6, but you're not gonna go all deep into that. It doesn't matter. Okay, but this is the devil's kingdom, and this is what he's doing to get his way. Okay, he's ushering in his new world order. Okay, that's basically what's happening. Let's play.
Well, it's going to be a very short turnaround for those hoping to get a vaccine in the healthcare community and for long-term care residents. That's where the focus will be. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, finally, according to health officials and Governor Inslee.
There is a light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, just hold on. Things are tough, things are bad, but there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Okay.
In Washington, he tells us that the vaccine will be distributed from Pfizer. This particular vaccine,
they're making it seem like this is just a groundbreaking, event that's happening. They're actually videotaping the Maxcine rolling into the city, these different cities. Okay, and they got the news out there. Okay, you got the American flag. Okay, got people got. I'm not going to even go into who those people are standing there, You already know.
Was the first to receive authorization by the Western States Scientific Safety Review Work Group. The announcement comes after the FDA and CDC granted their initial authorization to the Pfizer biotech COVID-19 vaccine. Now, State Health Officer Dr. Kathy Lofi says this news comes at a time when COVID-19 cases are higher than they've ever been in Washington. She says as of this morning, there are 1,000 residents with COVID-19 in hospitals, and she adds those hospitals are stressed and healthcare workers are exhausted.
All the hospitals, this is the narrative, all the hospitals around the United States, they're stressed. Okay, they're at the brink of capacity. They're at the brink of breaking down. Okay, where they have to have field hospitals. Okay, this is what they're telling you. Okay, and they know that the majority of people, they're just going to follow and be led. Whatever you tell them on TV, they're going to just listen to it. Okay, and they're bombarding you. This type, like I said, this news, this little hit piece here, is really insignificant, but it just highlights that these things are happening all over the United States. Every news outlet is doing the same exact thing. They have the same exact clips. They're saying the same exact narrative. It's being pushed to you over and over and over and over and over again. Okay, this is how they're using their deceptive tactics. Okay, to deceive you into taking these things. Because remember, we'll read it when we go into the mark of the beast. They're going to actually deceive you into taking it. Okay.
This is a crucial moment. We have been waiting for months.
He's in a room. There's nobody around him. Why does he have a mask on? Okay, this is all part of their ushering in. Okay, their ceremony. Okay, there's a esoteric level to what they're doing. Also, like a spiritual level, spiritual wickedness in high places. They're able to cast spells upon you. Okay, and basically just comply. Keep the mask on. Okay, just keep the mask on. You got people wearing the mask in the car. You got people wearing the mask at work. People wearing the mask at home. Okay, there's a higher level meaning to all these things. Ultimately, this is to condition you to receive that vaccine, then eventually receive their mark. Okay.
For this blessing.
Okay, well, let's rewind that really quickly. Because when I watched this earlier, I was like, oh, here we go with this.
We've been waiting for months for this blessing.
Oh, I'm sorry, a little bit more.
Hospitals, and she adds those hospitals are stressed and healthcare workers are exhausted.
This is a crucial moment. We have been waiting for months for this blessing.
They've been waiting for months for this blessing. They're calling the Maxcine a blessing. All right, you see? You see what's going on?
And it marks a turning point in this disease.
It's a turning point in this disease.
It will take several months to get everyone vaccinated who will want the vaccine. We can now see light at the end of the tunnel.
See, light at the end of the tunnel. They got the old getting vaccinated.
Governor Inslee says he's not getting the vaccine right away, but said he will wait until it's
He
his
ain't gonna get
turn
it.
when it's appropriate. Inslee says the first doses will go to healthcare workers in long-term care facilities and residents.
They're
Those
showing you that
facilities
it's
have been
okay.
hit very hard in the
Hey,
pandemic.
and you know what? It's going. Hey, a lot of you Israelite groups gonna bug out when they do this same thing for the chip. They're gonna do the same exact thing, man. They're gonna do the same exact thing for the chip, the mark of the beast. You're gonna have nothing but people all around the world. Okay, the news outlets gonna cover people actually getting the chip implanted in their body. Now I'm done with this. This just shows you the deceptive tactics of that Esau Edom uses in his media. Okay, different keywords. Okay, different symbolisms. Okay, now let's go to this article. Okay, Americans are about to enter a new phase of the scamdemic, in which life-saving vaccines are at least a reality. The next several months will be confusing, with light visible at the end of the tunnel. There you go. They're literally everybody's pushing the same narrative. Light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, they're saying in all the news outlets throughout the United States and the world, all the different media outlets, when they write articles, they're pushing out the same words. Okay, to invoke a certain a spirit, a certain feeling. Okay, to change your mind, to coerce you. This is all part of their coercion. Okay, let me before we finish, I just got to bring that scripture out. I quoted earlier, 2 Corinthians. Okay. It's by the grace of Yahweh Shemashai, we are not deceived. 2 Corinthians 2:11, least Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Hey, this is a blessing. Okay, for us to know this. Okay, you ask the average American person or the average citizen around the world what the hell is going on. They can't tell you. They can't see beyond the lies. Okay, they have no idea what's going on. It says, but the tunnel, it says, the next several months will be confusing. So they're already pushing that spirit, with light visible at the end of the tunnel, but the tunnel darker than ever. That dark winter. Amidst thorny ethical questions of who should be prioritized. You already know who they want to prioritize first. But the months after that will be even more confusing. And we need to start preparing to answer those questions now. Hey, man, under this Edomite captivity, this is the worst time ever. The worst time ever, man. Okay, they're literally making life a living hell. Okay, and they're gonna give you, these life-saving medicines. Okay, and tell you this is what you need. Okay, this is what you need to survive. By April or May, according to experts, most Americans who want Maxcine will have gotten them. The trouble is that, as of last month anyway, 40% or so of Americans will need to be persuaded to get one. See, that's where that coercion comes in. Let's go back. Let's look at this word persuaded. To cause someone to accept a point of view or to undertake a course of action, which is to get the Maxcine, by means of argument, reasoning, and entreaty, to advise, to counsel, to urge, urge the acceptance or practice of, okay, to lead the opinion or conclusion that makes one believe or think frequently about, frequently followed by that. basically, I'm pretty sure we look at this word persuasion and the word coercion. I mean, they're pretty much damn near probably the same word. Let's go to the Merriam-Webster's dictionary on coerce. To compel to an act or choice. Okay. It says to achieve by force or threat. To restrain or dominate by force. Okay. Let's look at the word. Let's look at some synonyms. Woo, look at that right there. Look at that. Force, compel, coerce, constrain, oblige. Okay, let me see. Yeah, you see all those definitions there. You go into each of those definitions, you know. Hey, it's a lesson within a lesson. You know, so let's go back to this article. So they're already in the spirit of they need to persuade people. For life and the economy to return to normal, we need most of these people to take part. So much is at stake. Safe hospitals, stores, business, mass transit, schools, air travel, and cultural institutions. Not to mention the economies that depend on them. Our psychology, well-being, and our entire way of life. This CVID has just changed our entire way of life, and it's stopping us from doing the things that we love. It's stopping us from being safe in the places that we visit. Okay, so there's let's go into this right here. And yet, even with all the outreach that being planned now to black communities, see, there you go. Because you Jakes are the ones that that are going to buck up against this the most, and in our spirit, even Jakes that don't say that they're Israelites or believe in the so-called Israelite doctrine, they not in the spirit of taking no Maxcine. They still know that in the spirit that Esau, Edom is the devil, but a lot of them are going to be deceived. A lot of them are going to be coerced, and this is how they're going to do it. Okay, we're going to go into it. So let's read this again. It says, and yet, even with all the outreach that's being planned now to black communities, rightly suspicious of the government. See, rightly suspicious. Why? Because of your deeds. The government never treats you so-called blacks, in a fair manner. Okay, they beat your ass. Okay, they shot you. They locked you in prison. They had you in slavery for hundreds of years. Okay, they destroyed your communities. Okay, Black Wall Street, they literally dropped bombs on it. Okay, they said you rape white women, they'll come and they'll hang you, they'll lynch you. Okay, they won't allow you to go into certain industries, won't allow you to join certain schools. Okay, and certain businesses. Okay, you get cut out of the deal. Yeah, of course. Look how much racism is in America. Okay. So they're saying rightly suspicious, but we should trust this devil. Well, what does the scripture say? Never trust thy enemy. To conservatives, prisons poisoned. To conservatives poisoned by Trump and Fox News denialism. To left-wing anti-maxers, getting to herd immunity might take months, and in the meantime, a 95 effective vaccine is not good enough if you have 1 in 20 chance of catching a lethal disease at the grocery store. See how they're trying to scare you into believing that this is a so-called lethal disease. That's not what the CDC website says. Too much is at stake for people who refuse to get vaccinated. We need a plan to move forward without them. See? They're going to leave. The society's going to move forward, and if you don't, you're going to be pushed out of society. Let's dismiss a few options out of hand. No, we won't be locking anyone up for refusing to get a shot, even if it would be constitutional. It's un-American. See, even if it would be constitutional, what's they're going to eventually do that? They're going to actually eventually do that. There's an old clip, man. It's an old like I forget what the clip was. It's maybe one of them old shows, but they showed that pretty much they locked the dude up. I don't remember. I've seen it on one of these videos I watched, but that's a reality, and it was because of a shot, a flu shot, and this was maybe in the 60s. So they were already doing predictive programming. Okay, it's un-American and would provoke mass resistance. In fact, no governmental compulsion to get vaccinated is consulted with our country's values or liberty and freedom. But freedom is a two-way street. You may have a right to get drunk and to drive however you like, but I have a right to be on the street and not be killed by you. No freedom is absolute, and your safety is where my freedom ends. So they're basically saying that they're comparing, and he's gonna go into it, that an anti-maxer is like a drunk driver. Come on. Likewise, just as I may have a right not to wear a mask or get a shot, you have a right to be able to walk down the street without me giving you a lethal disease. So basically, if you're walking down the street and you don't have this shot, you're endangering people that you walk by, okay, that have a lethal, that you can give them a lethal disease. Get the fuck out of here. But people are going to be deceived. They're going to be coerced. A fucking lethal disease. Come on. That's not what the CDC says. Choosing not to get the jab isn't freedom any more than driving drunk is. See, the Esau Edom is his tactics. Deceptive tactics. It's endangering other people. Now you're endangering other people. Okay? It is profoundly unethical, and it too is coercive. The anti-jabbers is forcing me to swim in the viral discharge anytime we share space in public. So, there's a term, a bioterrorist. If you don't have these things, you are going to be considered a bioterrorist, because you just walking around freely in society without these shots. Okay, you're basically, you're just spreading droplets of disease everywhere, and you can kill people. You can literally kill people by just being out there. So what then? Anti-jabbers are like drunk drivers, but we can't force them to get vaccinated. Are we just stuck with dangerous minorities running life and endangering health for everyone else? See this? This is the society we're in. Complete bullshit. Okay. Now and you already know what they're talking about. They're talking about Jake, and you have a large opposition of Esau that's not going to take these things too. All right, and more of these draconian laws are going to clamp down in order to really force you into taking these things, into moving in the direction that they want you to move in. Ironically, given the politics of the CVID, conservative American values point the way forward. We need to empower people to make their own decisions about safety. And we do that by empowering free enterprise. This is a double talk. Let's imagine a world in June 2021 where everyone who wants a vaccination has gotten one, but where the virus is still spreading because of the large number of Maxcine refusers. So they're going to call you Maxcine refusers. If I own a business, I may find it in my own interest to exclude those refusers. See? It's all about buying and selling, because we are a consumer based society. We don't, the way that they made the society, you don't own any land. Okay, the land that you own, you can't be self-sufficient. You actually need to buy and sell and get products. Okay, Maybe I want to protect my workers. Maybe I want to have a store, restaurant, bank, laundromat, or school where people don't have to wear a mask. See? Now you can take the mask off. And where they can feel safe. And maybe I think that by doing that, I get more customers. See? Now you're gonna get more customers by saying, okay, Maxcine only customers. Okay. So it says, so just as today I might put on a mask required sign on the door, I might put a Maxcine required sign on my door next June. See, they're telling you how this shit is moving. Okay, you will have to receive a Maxcine, which we're not gonna take. We're not gonna take one. Okay, we're not taking that shit. Okay, and you shouldn't. We're telling you not to take it. All right, and that's where that faith is gonna kick in. All right, we're coming in the hour of temptation. Okay, and you see how the devil's going to coerce you to doing these things. All right, I want to read it just a little bit more because it's going into basically a way to prove that you have the Maxcine. Okay, and they're talking about a CVID passport, which ultimately is going to turn into a digital passport that's implanted inside of you. Okay, that's the plan. They tell you. They literally tell you if you know where to look. They literally are telling you this is what they're trying to do, and the scriptures tell us that this is what they're trying to do. Most of all, so we know the plans of the devil. The trouble is that unlike masks, a vaccine is invisible. I shouldn't have said that. A Maxcine is invisible, and that is why we must take action now. We need written proof of vaccination that is difficult to counterfeit or falsify as a $100 bill. We need it to be standardized and easy to show to others. And we need to start rolling it out in this phase of the scamdemic, not the next one. Call them Maxcine passports. Simply standardize documents, digital or printed. See how they threw that in? Digital or printed. Ultimately, these things are going to be digital. This is what they want. But they're not going to say, okay, we're going to put a microchip inside of you. And they're not going to do that yet. They're going to slowly doing this. Just like they got everybody used to wearing a mask. Okay. First, it wasn't what's it called? Mandatory. But then what did they do? They start saying, okay, you need to wear it. And then what did they start doing? Well, these businesses, these grocery stores, okay, any place of business, you must have a mask on, or the government can find you. These states can find you, okay? And these big corporations, which are all owned by the same people, they put it, okay, if you want to work here, you got to put it on. So you need the money, so you got to put the mask on. All right, so this is how they're going to do it. They're going to roll it out by basically limiting the things that you can do unless you have this documentation. Okay, or printed that is enable society and the economies to get back to semi-normal without waiting for every anti-maxer to see the light. See? So they want to implement this, to so-called, get the economy back rolling without you. Okay, the anti-maxers are not going to stop the economy from, rolling. This is what freedom looks like. This is freedom? This ain't fucking freedom. Okay? You're going to tell me this is what freedom looks like. Man, these Edomites, they're going down. The Most High got to destroy their ass. This is a time where Esau, Edom, and his mouth is going to be stopped. Okay? The secret counsel of the wicked is going to be destroyed. Okay? These people are unjust. All right? This is what freedom looks like. They're literally going to stop you from being able to move, okay, freely. Be able to do the things that you've been doing, okay, unless you take their so-called life-saving medicines. Okay? Reliable proof of vaccination will enable individuals, businesses, churches, but some people are going to get deceived. Churches and other organizations to make their decision for themselves. I'm done with it. Well, you can read more. Okay, you can read more. Let's look at this definition of deception. To use deceit. Okay, the fact or state of being deceived, a ruse, a trick. This is all a trick. Okay, this is all a trick. Let me go into. No, I spelled that wrong. This is Job 15:34. For the congregation of hypocrites shall be desolate. See, these actors. Okay, Esau, Edom. And fire shall consume the tabernacle of bribery. And they bribed all these people to get on board. Okay, all these governments, all these news anchors, okay, all these state legislators, anybody that has a name, anybody that has a platform. What do they they give that gift, like Lupe Fiasco. Okay, he said that in order to come to his concerts, you're gonna have to have proof. You're gonna have to have that CVID passport. Okay, and you're gonna have that documentation, and ultimately you're gonna have that chip. They conceive mischief and bring forth vanity, and their belly prepareth deceit. See that? Deceit. Their belly prepareth deceit. Okay, and their spirit is all about deceiving the people. Okay, and they're using these deceptive tactics to coerce you, okay, and to ultimately force you into receiving, okay, the Maxcine and eventually the mark of the beast. Okay, let me bring out, let's go to Job 18. All right, the Most High is tired of you Edomites. Okay, and we're tired of you Edomites, and the Lord is about to destroy you. Job 18:5. Yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. The light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him. That's right. Esau, man, your candle's about to be put out. The steps of his strength shall be straightened. Now, his steps going towards his new world order, okay, he has all the money, he has all the power. Okay, he can use all the deceptive tactics. Oh, he's all these little rappers that's getting put to death. That's all what's the word I want to use? Those are all witchcraft. Esau's using witchcraft. He's using a numerology. He's putting people to death. What is it called? Sacrifices. All these rappers that are dying, all these people that are dying, you go into it's all type of numerology. They dying on this day and this and that and this. So Esau Edom's behind all these things because he wants to implement his new world order. That's what he wants. But it says that it's going to be straightened. Okay, Strait. Okay, a path of difficulty. And his own counsel shall cast him down. Yeah, this whole CVID passport, ultimately the mark of the beast, you're going to be casted down. For he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walketh upon a snare. The whole time while this damn devil is setting up this new world order, the great reset, okay, trying to coerce and deceive the children of Israel into taking a Maxcine, okay, by force, by taking away, their ability to work, by taking their ability to take care of their children, their ability to have a home, okay, and they're gonna demonize us, okay, especially we are going to be demonized for teaching this truth, because we teach against all these things that Esau Edom is bringing to the earth. The jinn shall take him by the heel, and the robber shall prevail against them. Yeah, these other nations are going to rob you. And ultimately, Yahweh Shai is going to be that robber. Okay, because what? He's coming as a thief in the night. Okay, a thief. So that's really, that robber is Yahweh Shai that's going to prevail against you. As well as these other nations, they're going to shoot their missiles. Okay? They're going to shoot their missiles and they're going to, basically rob you of your power. They're going to rob you of your life. Okay, the American dream, okay, the Edomite hegemony is going to be destroyed. The snare is laid for him in the ground, and a trap for him in the way. Remember, as he's setting up this new world order, okay, I'm speaking to the hopeful elect. The Most High has this man in a trap. This is a snare unto him, because while he's doing this is the time that he's going to be destroyed. Okay, he's about to be destroyed, because this guy's saying that the things that they're doing, this is freedom. Okay, this is a goddamn lie. Okay, it's more what's it called, draconian laws, more prison. Okay, well, California has a stay-at-home order. Okay, a curfew. Okay, stay your ass home if you're not essential. Okay, that's house arrest. And then what are they doing? They're blasting the people with deception. Okay. Terrors shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet. Okay. So Esau, Edom, you're about to be driven to your feet. Let's actually, we know Revelation 13. Okay, we know that. Let's go to Revelation. But you know what? Let's actually go to Revelation 13, and we're going to look at that word cause. Okay. This is Revelation 13 and 16, and he causeth all. So let's look at this word cause real quick.
Strong's G 4160. Poieo. Poieo.
It says to make. So he's going to make you. He's literally going to make you receive this mark, this technology that he's going to place inside of you. And he's going to use coercive and deceptive tactics, okay? And eventually actually forcing you to do it, okay? And if you don't want it, because he needs you to just do it. But if you don't want to do it, he's going to put you to death. Okay, because why? Because you are a bioterrorist. Okay, you have a disease that you're killing people. Okay, it says, let me see, to make ready, to prepare, to make a thing out of something. It says to make one do something. See, and he's doing that through his deceptive and his coercive tactics. We just looked at both of those definitions. Now let me finish up the definition in coerce and etymon. It means to restrain or constrain by force of law or authority. So they're going to be able to constrain you and lock you up by law and authority. Okay? Whatever law they put in place because you don't want to comply. To control. Okay? And they're controlling you by deception. Okay? If you are deceived. Restrain, shut up together. It says to enclose, confine, constrain, ward off. And in that article, it basically is telling you how they're going to be able to move society forward without you. Those who do not want to comply. Even though, there can be certain laws that they can just force you to do it. Was they're already talking about that, being able to force you to do it. Okay, they can take your children. Okay, they can actually, a child is deceived. They're going to just do it. They can just do it without your permission. But that's freedom. This is freedom. Okay? The Lord's about to take this man out. The Lord's about to take this man out. Okay? He's gone too far. Let's read this and let's go to Revelation 14. And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that no man might buy or sell. And this is important right here. This is very important because this society, you buy and sell every goddamn day. Okay? You have to go to the store. You have to pay bills. Okay? You have to go to work. Okay? And if they say, okay, no Maxcine, what can you do? You got to take it, right? But we're not going to take it. The Lord's going to make a way for us to be able to, still be able to survive. Okay. Save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Just like now, if you want to go into the store, you have to put on a mask. Okay. And eventually it's going to be the Maxcine. And then it's going to be the mark of the beast, the chip. And they're moving things quick. Okay. Things are happening quick. Okay. Let's go to Revelation 14. Hey, we're at the end. Okay. Get with it. Revelation 14:9, and the third angel followed him, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast, and this is all part of worshiping the beast, which is his system, his Maxcine, his mask, and then his chip, and his image, okay, which is the system, and receive his mark. That's important. In order to worship the beast and his image, you have to receive his mark, okay, in his forehead or in his hand. Okay, and they have brain chips. While all this is going on, they already have fucking brain chips, okay, working on people that can heal so-called degenerate diseases, degenerate diseases like epilepsy, autism. It can heal the nervous system by bringing joints back to working, and limbs, bionic limbs. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into a cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Okay? That's what's about to happen. Okay? That's what's about to happen to you Edomites and Jake that don't want to take it. And you have Jakes that's not going to take it, that's still going to be destroyed. You're going to have Edomites that's not going to take it, that's still going to be destroyed. Okay? Because they're not part of the elect. Okay? Remember, this is all part of the elect, and the elect can't be deceived. Okay? Matthew 24 and 24. But, until next time, shalom to the elect.